possessed with doubt. Always wondered if you made your way back south, or if I'm still the girl you write about. Tell me now, am I too late? Oh, did you shut the door? All I want is to go back, Always wanted you left a love miles behind. Don't think that you're not on my mind. Wish you could take the road to me that I couldn't find. I guess I never wanted to see the sign.
You're special.
I know I shouldn't reminisce, but you made such a mess of me. I know that I shouldn't miss. I know that there's nothing left for me.
my gosh, lady. A 30 stream streak? Jeez. Now what are you gonna do if you missed one? You're like gonna be salty because you've made it so far. You're gonna be like, no. So hopefully you don't miss one. Hopefully. That's impressive. So you get bonus channel points too, it looks like. I'll be very mad if I miss one. At least I have a schedule now. It'll kind of help. Because I'm sure it counts even if you like tune in on your mobile for like, 30 seconds, just long enough to hit that thing. Only a max and 450 bonus, but still, yeah. It's better than nothing, right? I think I did all my shoutouts. And I'm cold. I have my fan on. But that is to like dry my hair because it's still a little wet. I'm gonna turn it off though. Because you know me, I always start out cold and then I get hot. So I'm trying not to put my jacket on. I want to put it on. But yeah, I'm here, guys. How are you? Welcome. Happy Tuesday. It feels weird being live on a Tuesday. I'm not sure Tuesdays are gonna work, to be honest, because I'm just so tired after work. I'm trying, but we'll see. So after this ad break, we'll start. But yeah, I'm here doing things, stuff. Stretch. I feel like taking a stretch break already because my back hurts. But I hope you're all doing wonderful. And this will probably be a short stream. I was trying to get some sleep. It's terrible, this whole trying to get 8 hours. You feel like death? No. Not allowed to feel like death. I don't see it. I'm gonna try a different playlist. I kind of like that one to listen to, but I feel like I'm talking over it, and I don't like that. I'm trying some new Twitch safe playlist. That's what I'm doing. New stuff. This one's just gonna be lo-fi music, so might be better to talk over top of. I'm sorry you feel like death. You gotta work like every day now until you get somebody, right? Till you get some help. Hope you get some help soon. We had fierce thunderstorms this morning and had a tornado warning as soon as I got home. Oh, jeez. That's scary. Let's see if I have this Pokemon. Starting next Tuesday, I'll be 11 days straight. No. That won't be fun. Sorry, not when I got home, but when I got to work. Oh. Hair looks kind of wavy and healthy today. I think it's because it's still wet and the frizz hasn't kicked in yet. The frizz hasn't gone. I'm like, no, don't. Try new hair products. Let's see. Still dark when the warning went out. Oof, that's even scary because you can't see anything. You have no idea where it is. That's like getting hurricanes in the dark. You can't, at night, you can't see what's going on, and I don't like it. I'd rather them come through during the day where I can see stuff. I'm sorry. You need to move. Just kidding. I mean, we get tornadoes too. I don't know any place that doesn't get tornadoes. Corsola escaped, no one caught it. I mean, I tried. I can't help it Corsola didn't want to get in the ball. Shame. It's not my fault. Corsola's being bad. But yeah, welcome back everyone. Welcome to the stream. If you're just now tuning in, welcome, welcome, welcome. We are going to do a thing. My ankle has been hurting all day and now I have a headache from doing homework. No! At least you did some of your homework though. Proud of you. I know it's gonna be a rough couple weeks, but you know we're here for you. Hopefully you can hire somebody pretty quick. So I have a box. I'm gonna take off my identification factor, so I forgot to do that. I was gonna do that before I started, and I forgot. If I can get it to do it. Dang tape. Tear it. Might just not be able to show that side of the box. That's okay though, because I think it's the bottom. But we're gonna do a thing. Oh, I think Discord just told everybody I was live just now. Discord's a little slow. Put it on my phone. Blue blue. Label. Trying to cover up the label. Humans. Let's see. You know what? I'm just not gonna show this side of the box. That's just gonna be a thing. It's the bottom anyway. But yes, I have a little bit of an announcement. It's not a huge thing. But you know we're getting close to May. And May is a pretty big thing on my stream. We tend to do some fundraising. Well, it's time. They send me a box in the mail, so I guess it's time, and I guess I'm committed. Yeah, it's time, humans. It's time. We're going to raise money for St. Jude's Children's Hospital once again, and help those kids and their families out who are fighting. You know, those children fighting cancer. So we're gonna do the unboxing and see what's in the box. I have no idea. They always put crazy stuff in here, so we're gonna see how this goes today. I'm gonna try to move as much stuff out of my way as I can, so you can see what's in the box too. But first I have to make sure there's no identifying piece of paper on the inside. Oh! Yes, the eyes that I have now. Yes, the eyes. What are you gonna do with all those googly eyes? I'm gonna back up. I'm gonna see if I can untape this thing, or which side do I need to untape, or how do I on this thing? I think it's this side. You want more googly eyes? That's it. That's what you're hoping for. Googly eyes in the box. Rain is hoping for googly eyes. We will see if you get your wish. Hi, artist. Welcome to the stream. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm gonna, you know, doing. Oh, time to end. Yeah, stream's over. You heard it all. We're raising funds for St. Jude's again. They sent me a package, so we're in. We're in. All right. First, gonna make sure. Okay, I'll read this. St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital is leading the way. The world understands, treats, and defeats childhood cancer and other life-threatening diseases. Our purpose is clear: finding cures and saving children. So that's what it is. It's gonna make sure my name's not in here or anything. It probably won't be, but I think they know me. I don't see anything with my name. So yeah, there's the message. We won't stop until no child anywhere dies from cancer. Love it. Love the monster. Okay. I'm gonna put this over here. Slowly take stuff out and show you guys. And there's some crazy kooky looking stuff in here. All the things. The goal chart. Put my goal on it. Put it somewhere. Matthew, welcome to the stream. Not those eyes. I mean, there might be eyes in here, there might not be. I'm not telling you. Every dollar makes a difference. This tells you what your money goes to, basically. This tells you how to play in your stream. So, yeah, we'll skip that part for now. Okay, but this is really cool, guys. You know I'm an artist and I like to paint. So look, it's literally a canvas with a pre-drawn picture of the same thing that's on the box. And you get to paint it. So, I guess we're painting this. So this would be one thing we're doing. Alright. Looks like there are stickers. And there's a lot of stuff in here. A lot more than last time. I mean, there's the monstery stuff, by the way. Okay. There's pens. Oh, it's a little cupcake. It's so cute. And then the St. Jude pen. Oh. It's cute, cute, cute. And then, here's the marker to write the goal thing down. Mine. I'm gonna claim everything. And then, okay, I'm gonna get down to it and show you guys what some of this weird looking stuff is in here. I don't even know. Like, Alrighty now, kids. Hello, welcome to the stream. So I gotta hide under the desk and talk. We can make this a redeem. I have to get under the desk and like do the thing. Like, hi, welcome to the stream. We're raising funds for St. Jude today, so donate. Yes, yes. Each time you donate, I get a snack. Ha ha ha! Yay! This is adorable. Okay, I can't take this off now. Oh no, he's got a friend. He's got a friend. He's got a friend. Oh my god, he's got a friend. So we're gonna have to have two personalities. You guys gotta give me ideas to set up the incentives for this stream. And we could use this stuff, of course. This is what it's for. He's got a friend. What'd you say? A simpler move cam up. I know, yes. Who's gonna win? Battle of the shark versus the T-Rex. Okay, so now I have no hands the rest of the stream, right? Oh, you could do stuff like that. You have to game with them on or something. I don't know. I'll have to come up with something. But then, whole bag of stickers. Brain, there are stickers. Your sticker addiction. Like starting with the shark and Tino, right? I'm about to write some of these down there. I can't open this. Rum. This is so funny. Oh, I think he ate the stickers and the ones stuck, but yeah. There you go. I'm having so much fun just using these things as hands, I tell you. But yes, there are stickers. And stickers. And stickers. So these can be part of the fundraiser as well, and I can send you out stickers. Playing for more than bragging rights. Hey, that's a cool one. I like that one. That's cool. Those are now her hands. Yes, I have no hands. These are now my hands. And oh, this just tells me to use hashtag St. Jude Ambassador. Because I'm special, apparently. Okay. Alright, let's see. What are these? Slime glue mixums. Oh, so we mix stuff together in a slime? This is like a mermaid one. It's got like pearls and shells and glitter. So we get to make a mess. High sticker addiction gets one of each no matter what. I mean, you might get mod rights. You have been present for 30 streams straight, so. Okay. Not only do we get one, I get two. Just mix and play. So we're gonna get messy, kids. We're gonna get messy. Oh, here's the paints for the canvas and brushes. Might be therapeutic, honestly. Yeah, my hands are super sweaty by now. Like right now, they're getting really gross. They're getting gross. So many things. Yeah, I'm not done yet. There's lots of this blue stuff too. You need any blue stuff? Bluegrass. I have a diamond painting addiction. Hi, Graces. My gosh. I can't push the button to catch the Pokemon right now. There's a box in here. Okay, I think they really want us to get messy. Okay. This is a confetti thing? I'm gonna be cleaning up confetti forever. I think it's like a confetti popper. It says confetti throw. We're gonna have to read the instructions on this. Streamers. Confetti throw. Oh, so you just tear it open and you go, and then you throw the confetti everywhere. So this could definitely be a redeem and a mess. And I have two of them. I see a problem here. Yeah. There's already confetti everywhere. Yeah. I need to throw it somewhere. Oh no. Okay. These are glasses. You put them on your face. And you gotta stream with them on. No, that's going to be a redeem too. That's going to have to be a redeem as well. I see an old toy in there I want. I know, you see that, don't you? Look. It's literally a Tamagotchi thing. So I'm guessing we have to take care of this guy on stream. I'm gonna have to read the instructions. That or I don't play with it and I do it as a giveaway. I could do both though. Yeah, it's Tamagotchi. Yeah. And what is this? I'm not sure what these are for. I'm guessing maybe for glasses or something. They look like they're to hold something together. I could totally take care of it all month and then at the end send me, right? I could take care of my pet all month and then send it away to somebody who would. Alright, last thing. Besides 5 million shark bite gallons of hair that we could do something with as well. There's a box. Oh my god. Okay. It's a dance thingamajig. 30-second dance party. So it's a light of some sort. I can't get into the box. I love this so much. Ribbon. Yeah. Okay. But yeah, it's a dance party button. It's like the easy button, but for a dance party. And it's got the batteries too. Need you to play live. That's cool. I'm pretty sure it plays music and lights up. See? So much grunting. Yeah, that's this guy. This one's I gotta get 2 voices. 2 voices. This one is shark bait. Shark bait. And then yeah. 30-second dance party. Hey June. Okay, I'm gonna put the batteries in it. Okay, I gotta take these off though. Wonkus bonkus. I like it. Wonkus and bonkus. My hands are like so sweaty now. See, I wore my old shirt today, playing for More Than Bragging Rights, which is kind of appropriate because they bought back the sticker that says "Play More for Bragging Rights," or "Play for More Than Bragging Rights." So I'm wearing the white shirt today. All right, we're gonna put the batteries in this. It's from like an 80s movie. But yeah. And then we get to figure out all the incentives. Because I don't know. I'm so glad I opened this on stream with you guys. Because at first I was like, I should just open it. But they were smart enough not to put my name in it. They just put it on the outside. I'm guessing different streamers get different boxes too. Because this is way more stuff than I had last year. I kind of missed the scratch card though, but we could do something like that where it's like a spin the wheel thing and you gotta do whatever you get or something. Spin the wheel. Alright, so put this in here. Now we get to see if the big button gets me DMCA'd. Just kidding. I know. Oh, it's got high, low, and off. High volume. Let's do low volume and see how loud it is first. Rain gets 1 of each sticker and the Tamagotchi after the end of the fundraiser. I hear you, Rain. Alright, let's push it. See what happens.
Second dance party.
I think you guys can hear that pretty well. I think so. And that's not even loud. Here's loud. I like it, I like it, I like it. Okay, now my desk is covered in stuff. And we get to figure out what to do with all this stuff. This could be so much fun though. I want to play with the slime now. No, not the ads. Poor artist. I think it's time for water break though. I love these guys. Ooh. He's like, did you say water? Oh, posture check. Okay. Stretch break. Okay. And water break. And all the things. I guess when there's an ad, I could do stretch break. Oh. Stretch break. Oh. Hi. I'm silly today. It's because I'm super tired, so I'm like super silly. But yeah. Alright, I got 20 seconds left for my stretch break. I'm gonna run. This way. Oh, and you guys can see what all I got on my thing while I do this. Back. Boy. Of course she left. Those eyes are terrifying. Oh, that's also going so quick. Run. I'm trying to figure out what they remind me of, right? Those eyes are creepy. And hi, I'm new here. How are you? Welcome, Robbie. Welcome. We've had so much fun unboxing this St. Jude box. I'm just telling you. We've got a magic button here that plays music. We've got everything from pens to slime to paintings to the best part. Gotta be the hands. Oh yeah, let's go back to regular Big Me. It's gotta be the hands. Oh, voice! But welcome, Gravy. Welcome, welcome. I wonder if there's like others of these, like at the store. Like, I need them all now. It's like Muppets for a robot animation. So I need them all. I'm taking the tags off very carefully, not to tear them. And I'm gonna slowly start putting some stuff back in the box. Because then we gotta figure out what all we're gonna do. He doesn't have a tag. I thought he did, but he doesn't. And then I'm pretty sure these are stickers, not tattoos. I think I still have tattoos from last year. But they're like raised vinyl stickers. Or maybe it's just the cut part that's raised. Oh, they are 10 waterless temporary tattoos. You put them on without water. They are tattoos. Interesting. Cool. But yes, if you're just joining, we have Popper, these confetti, throwing confetti popper things. I'm gonna throw them right at the screen. Whoosh. That way you can see it explode, like, in your face. And then I have to, like, just cover up my keyboard for it. Why have fake when you can have the real thing? Fake? What do you mean? You mean like get the real poppers? I'm still Jenny from the block. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, some people have mentioned possibly getting a St. Jude tattoo before. I still don't know what these are for, though. Maybe, unless they're just like extensions to make the glasses stay on better. I don't know. I'm gonna open it up. The stretchy thing. A wild Pidgeot appeared. Catch Pidgeot. Getting a tattoo better than therapy? Likely for the glasses. Yeah, probably. Probably for the glasses. Okay. Open the glasses. God, these are scary. They have a string all the way around them already, though. Trying to figure out how to undo the string. Oh no, I wonder if the string, oh, they're animated. They're not just glasses. Hippie hair, Ramona. They're called funny glasses? Yeah, they could be funny. If I can get them untangled, we'll be doing good. Let's see. Okay. There we go. Oh my god. Gonna freak out. You ready for this? You guys ready for this? Oh no. Yeah, I think the thing is for the glasses because they want to fall off your nose. It's like, you know, if I have those other things, then they won't fall off my nose, maybe. There we go. You're cute. Those are so scary. They're scary. They scare me. I'm I'm scared now. You have to play the game with those shut. I have to hold them shut though the whole time. How am I supposed to do that? Be like, just like a third character persona that I need to come up with. Oh, it might be. And Tamagotchi. So that'll be fun. Alright. I need to move stuff. Slime. It is kind of like a Furby. They're creepy too. And then I gotta figure out what we're gonna do with St. Jude incentives. I might jot some ideas down while I'm on stream. I did go ahead and put the campaign link up too. So I could add that. How can I can't find my keyboard. This is a problem. There, I added it. It's also on a timer. Definitely, Furbies are definitely evil. They just look off. Definitely possessed by demon children. Oh no. Yeah, I never had one. They're too scary. There. So it doesn't work. Where's my bot not working? Maybe I forgot to hit save when I did it. My bot's not working. Broke the bot. Time to restart the bot. I blame Six. It was working till he came in. Because it didn't go off when he came in, did it? It didn't do his sound. It didn't go, bro. It didn't go, bro. So it died. Because Rain was screaming off stream. We definitely heard her screaming. Just like that. Oh, jeez. Bot's working again.
You're special.
No. I was wondering why I hadn't seen the timer go off yet. Because I set a timer that'll like randomly pop up. I swear, bot. No, it's donate. Bot is out to get me. I swear. It dies every time we use that word. Let's see. Okay, copy. Now go to commands and make sure it exists over here as well. It does. Oh, it's not turned on over here. That might be part of it. Okay. We provoke the wrath of the Furby. There! Okay. Now it's working. Go figure. I pushed all the wrong things. Alright, so we have a dance button, which means I have to get out of my chair and stop what I'm doing to do this one. So this one needs to be pretty high on the list. Because I don't want to have to dance party a lot. I mean, I could chair dance party. But it's going to have to definitely be pretty high on the list. And then, so first I'm going to make a list, and then we can figure out what the incentive things are. Like the list, there's a dance party button, 30 seconds. Every 100, that sounds good. So like it's a total goal, so you reach one each time you reach 100. That way it's like a team goal. And then we have stickers, so I can give away, how many different stickers do I have? Do I have 2 of each? No, I have more than that. They're just everywhere. Brain gets fluffy. Oh, where's the rest of the stickers? And I'll also have my sticker in by then, so we can give away my Pikachu sticker, guys. I ordered Pikachu stickers for my painting. So I'll have those too to give away. I think stickers can definitely be like the lowest tier of donation. And I'll put 1 set to the side for no reason. And then that leaves me 2 of each. So yeah. Stickers could be like just like a, what do you think? Just a $5 donation to get a sticker? And it could be, does that sound good? I think that sounds okay. Like, you know, it's up. You subscribe and you get a sticker. And then I've got my stickers too. How many are you gonna get of the Pika? I'm getting 50 Pikachus. So we have plenty of Pikachus. And they could just pick their sticker. And then obviously, if it's the weekend, you guys can tattoo me. So I have to figure out what kind of donation merits a tattoo. My face? Only if it's the weekend. So how much to tattoo my face? What is my face worth as far as tattooing? You guys have to tell me. How much would you pay to tattoo my face? Let's see. 10K. Oh. And then this is to write the goal on. Okay, so to talk about the goal too, last year we raised $500. So I figured this year we should start at least at the same. And if we meet that goal because we're starting early, then we can go higher. But I think that's the goal I set. And if we do the same as last year, that would be amazing. If we make more, that's even better because then I increase how much I do each year. Because my goal is to contribute more each year, so. Okay, we're just gonna like put this on there. Yep, totally can increase it each time. Yeah, that was a lot of money we did last time, and I'm very, 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 very thankful. So we'll start at that. So tattoo my face is another thing I gotta write down. Tattoo. We just have to figure out how much. We got popper things. When we hit goals, I could do popper things. If only you had those goggles. 250 and 50? Okay, we'll write that down. Okay. 250 mark. Because these are the team goals again. This is when we reach 250. And 500. Poppers. So the halfway mark and the 500 mark. Yeah, I think so too. And we never decided on a price for the tattoos. Should I just do like $10? Maybe 20? Yeah, I think that's more reasonable. Because I'm going to have to live with it all weekend. For like the next month. And hope it comes off. So it might have to be only Friday nights. Depending on how easy it comes off. I don't want to have to go to work and explain myself. So yeah, this is a Friday night incentive. And it's 20 each. Okay. And then C dot appeared. Hope actually has the C dot, guys. I don't. Okay, I have pins. I can send you guys the pens. I don't even have the cupcake one. I have one of these, but I don't have the cupcake. Could be like a $25 dono, maybe? Or 50? Because there's only 2. There's only 2. Write down. Redeem Shark Dino Hands? Yes. Dino Hands. Pen. And I can throw in some prints. Some of my art prints too. Like the Pikachu and the Eevee. I can throw in one of those each. Pika and Eevee. I don't give them away too often, and I don't want to give them away too often. But those could be a donation tier as well. Hey, I called C dot. And okay. And this guy, I don't know. He can definitely be a giveaway. And I can just play with him on stream. And hope he doesn't die. It's got the St. Jude logo on it. really small. It's got the little St. Jude logo right there. I could just straight up, like, once we reach 500, this could be a giveaway. Like, I just draw a name. No? It goes to me. I can't do that, right? Can't give you everything. That's like the best prize. And then these things are some kind of redeem. I'm gonna need help with this. These in the shark hands. Like, and then we have slime. What the heck do we do with slime? And the painting can just be an art project, you know, just like an art stream. And I guess the slime might just be kind of a once we reach this point, we do a slime stream. Once we reach this point, we do the painting. I don't know. Maybe I'll just leave that up to the streamer. Slime stream. Painting stream. And then, well, the finish could be a giveaway. The finished painting. Heck yeah. Yeah. So, like, I have to figure out how we want to do that. Does it need to be a drawing as well? As, like, the 500 mark, we do a drawing? And then we also have the poppers. So it could be a drawing. It could be a giveaway. Or biggest contributor. Oh yeah, that's a good idea. Just biggest contributor. We won't even say who. We'll just be like, whoever gives the most gets it. That's awesome. I like that idea. See, I'm glad I'm brainstorming with you guys. Yeah. And if they live overseas, they might have to pay shipping. I don't know how to do that. Yes, where's everybody at to help brainstorm? Because I don't know how much it costs to send this overseas. It might cost as much as like 35, 40 bucks to send this overseas. I don't know. But I want everybody to be able to get it. So I'll have to figure that out. I might get stuck paying all the shipping. But that's the least I could do toward the event. Send it to me. Done. No, we're gonna do this. The largest contributor to St. Jude gets the painting once complete. The largest contributor to my St. Jude fundraiser. Thank you. Done deal. What is there overseas? You could do a print. Yeah, I could do a print. But I want everybody to have a chance, so let's see. I don't know if I have a contributor overseas that would be the largest contributor. But hi, Bloody! Welcome to the stream. We're talking about St. Jude's today and fundraising. I got a box in the mail from St. Jude's with all kinds of things. And, so Bloody wins. And wait till you see these guys. These are awesome. This is like one of my favorite things I got in my box. Guys, I love this. Maybe dreams, but he can just give it to me. These are great. But yeah, welcome, Bloody. Yeah, I did an unboxing. St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital. All of Twitch does a big thing for May for St. Jude's, and they raised money. Last year they raised like $2.5 million for St. Jude's on Twitch. Yeah, it's for the children. We don't stop until no child anywhere dies from cancer. So they see me a cool box. And then it says this on the front. And they sent me all kinds of goodies. It was full of stuff. Here, I'll put it back over here. It was full of all kinds of stuff. So we've been exploring it and trying to figure out what redeems are and stuff like that. And look, there's slime. I get to play with slime. Like mermaid slime. You help with the heart and stroke research from Heritage? Nice. I do the St. Jude's one every year. Somebody gets to put a tattoo on my face. Yeah, they gave me that. And they gave me the canvas. And, okay, these you're gonna love. So these are gonna be some kind of redeem. Yeah. I have a dance. They gave me a dance party button. Do you know?
Second dance party.
Off. Yeah, dance party button. Paint, but yeah, I get the fancy title of St. Jude ambassador. And if I wish, I could request to possibly have a chance to be on Twitch's homepage, but it sounds really scary. I'm afraid if I was on Twitch's homepage, I would like freeze up. Do you just think I would freeze up, or you think I'd do okay? I'd be like 10 shades of red, forget shades of gray. Redeem's weird glasses. Redeem now. It's gonna be a donation redeem. I don't know how much yet though. The front page has fancy rules. I think it changes every hour. Yeah. Yeah, it wouldn't be that long. I'd probably be lucky to be out there in an hour to 30 minutes or so. You'll do fine. Yeah. I just would have to like commit to all my streams, and I have to tell them my entire schedule. And every time I'm gonna go live for St. Jude's, they want like the whole schedule. I guess so they can figure out where to put you in. If selected, of course, but yeah. But this is what we're doing. Last year, I was lucky enough to raise $500 towards St. Jude's on my stream. So this year, we're doing the same goal. That's what we're starting with, because each year, I'm usually able to do a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more. So we're going to start with 5, and if we go over, that would be amazing. If we make the 5, then we make the 5. So I am thankful for every little bit that counts. And, oh. See, look what else they gave me. A Tamagotchi, and it's got the St. Jude's logo on it. So, We figured we'll incorporate this in somehow, or we gotta play Tamagotchi while we're on stream, or for the whole month of May, and then give it away to somebody at the end. And there's stickers, St. Jude stickers, and yeah, playing for more than bragging rights. See, that's the one too. Playing for more than bragging rights, and St. Jude play live. So, and pens. These are magnetic. This one's magnetic, by the way. This one won't mess up your shirt or anything. This one's actually a pen, though. The cupcake is a pen. But this one is magnetic. We have lots of things to give away, lots of things to have redeems with. It's going to be a great time. It's going to be a great month and a half. And we're going to shoot for that 500 goal. And I'm excited. And I love these guys. You should have seen me do the unboxing like the whole time, almost, with these guys on my hands. It makes it hard. Yeah. They're great. And then, confetti. Not to count all the millions of blue confetti in the box that I'd love to come up with some to do. Was here around the 12-minute marker. You were lurking the whole time? Nice. Well, thank you so much for lurking. Thank you. I appreciate it. So yeah, you've seen everything I've got. I started to write down the ideas. I'll have to actually plug these ideas into the campaign. I'll probably brainstorm in the community and Discord for a little while. Prior to start, you were here like 30 minutes before I started. So I'll probably brainstorm. And I know we're supposed to work on art today too. So it's kind of appropriate that there's a painting in here. I really love that. I love that there's a painting in there. Cause you know, guys, I'm not gonna no disrespect to the little cute paint set, but we're gonna go oiled. We're gonna make it an oil painting. And we may use this child whimsy as like inspiration from the box. Hi Jeremy! Welcome to the stream. Guys, catch camera up if you're catching Pokemons. Oh, I don't have that one either. Can I buy Ultra Balls yet? I really want some Ultra Balls. Yes! I finally was able to buy some Ultra Balls. I don't watch my own stream enough. So, but yeah, I do have a setup here that I was gonna do some sketches tonight of Pokemon, but I don't know yet. I'm having too much fun talking about St. Jude's. Let's see, I'll leave that on that. Where's my mouse? I don't even know. To make sure I don't put my mouse in my box by accident. But yeah, I have this set up like this for a reason so that I could sketch out some Pokemon ideas because coming up we're going to be working on 3 different paintings. Gengar, Mewtwo, and Umbreon, the shiny version. And my idea is to make all the paintings work together and separately so that they could be hung on the wall. Like if you were to get one print of each painting, you could put them all together side by side. Jay caught the camera. I didn't catch it. Dang it. Jay looked bloody. And then also I'm thinking, I want these to be like kind of like action-packed, swirling kind of images, mostly black backgrounds, like black pop. You know, if anything, kind of like the Ghost Eevee is like a very dark background with like glowy neon kind of colors, I'm thinking. And I noticed I've been trying to find connections between all three Pokemons on what they have in Stay. Oh jeez. There. Pooped. No, that's rigged. I pushed. I don't even know what I'm pushing over here. So yeah, let's do this. There's Boop. Mega Gengar. I do like Mega Gengar when he has his mouth wide open, like, yes, it's so cool. And you can see all those like layers of colors, like all the way down in his mouth. But I did find something that they all have in common that I kind of think would be cool to incorporate. Lady Rain gets the boop on the nose, by the way. Mega Condemn them on Snorlax, right? Well, I was thinking they all use Shadow Ball. So Shadow Ball would be like a big ball of energy, you know, and one could be throwing it, and the other one it could be coming out of its mouth. Well, two of them would be throwing it. And Umbreon has it like coming out of its mouth. None of them really have similarities unless you consider Gengar being a ghost type and Umbreon being a dark type. I don't know about Mewtwo though. Yeah, they all have the ability to use Shadow Ball. So making them similar and figuring out the similarities would be that move. That move and them demonstrating how they each perform that move. And then keeping the colors kind of the same. Like the backgrounds and the Shadow Ball itself could be the same color for each Pokemon. And then the Pokemons themselves would be true to their colors. I think other than I really want to do Umbreon's as shiny. I want shiny Umbreon. That way he stays in those purpley blue hues. We get those cool colors. So I think we'd play on the cool colors of using purple and blue. Dark Pikachu. They already voted on the Pokemon, so I have to do those three Pokemon right now. But yeah, Dark Pikachu would be cute. I'm late to the party, no worries. No, it's fine. It's something we've been discussing for a couple months. I actually did a poll and they voted on one of the three. And it was like, I think it was two of them were tied, and then I just had this idea. I was like, you guys like all three of these so much that I'll just paint all three, and I'll make it a series. Tag me for the next time? Okay, I'll do. We'll tag you so you can participate in the poll and figure out which one. Yeah. So I was like, you know what? Instead of just making you guys decide, yeah, we're gonna tie them all together. Do all three. Boop! Jay boops Jay on the nose. You booped yourself on the nose, man. Let's see, where am I at? Here. I haven't given out any hugs today. Oh, that means double. Bloody gets double hugs. There you go. So you get double cookies. And cookies are the currency on my stream, if you're curious. Cookies. That's what you get. And the cookies at Bloody gets 1,000 cookies instead of the usual 500 because I tagged a bot first. So every time I type the word cookies, it's gonna come up. That's okay. I was playing with my commands and I eliminated cookies 2 versus 1, and so now it's just gonna be extra messages. It's fine, it's fine. Yeah, and I updated to the subs command. Oh, maybe it's just sub. Yeah. Sub tells you what sound commands, which I still need to update. There's a few more sound commands. I just gotta make them available to you guys. And then regular commands. Why is it not working? I don't know. There's a regular commands list with all the commands as well that anybody can use. I tested these the other day, I promise. They're just not working today. Command. Commands every. Oh, it's not turned on. That's why. There you go. There it is. Those are all the random commands that anybody can do. So I just figured it was easier to have lists. I just have to make sure they're turned on. Drop the S. Exclamation quote. There you go. Here you go. I'll do it for you. Just drink pickle juice. We'll clear you right up. Stardew Valley. We were just talking about that the other day. Sixer had a goal in his stream and he had to drink pickle juice and he drank like a whole jar of pickle juice. Oh, we could do something like that. I don't want to steal the pickle juice idea, but we could do something like that where certain redeems. I don't know. I don't have any food redeems this time where I have to eat something wild and crazy. Last time I had like spicy in the box. Last time came spicy Jelly Bellies. We'll have to think of something. It doesn't have to be evil. It could just be like exclamation cat treats or something and not actually be cat treats. I'm not eating cat food. No, thank you. Yeah. So we have stickers. We have my new Pikachu sticker coming out. Wait. You could eat nuggies in the shape of cats? That would be cute. I could find dino nuggies. I don't know about cat-shaped nuggies. Cat treats, not cat treats. Yeah, exactly. Hashtag cat treats. Dino nuggies. You could like redeem, like reach certain level. Gummies! Gummies! Rain, are you feeling okay? Maybe gummies is not a good idea, especially if I get selected on Twitch. Because people are one, they're gonna think they're the other kind of gummies. Or two, they're gonna spell it wrong. Or no gummies, no gummies. We figured out why we're not doing gummies. He who works with his hands is a laborer. He who works with his hands and his head is a craftsman. He who works with his hands and his head and his heart is an artist. Oh, I love that. I love that. I love that. Nick Duffy, welcome to the stream. 3-stream streak. The grubby back again. Ad. Be right back. Okay. Rain, can you add quotes? Do you remember how? Do you want to add that quote from Jay? Let's see if Rain is there. Needed a water break. Because I'm talking way too much. You just drink water as well. Thank you, Rain. Thank you for adding that. Thank you. But yeah, I have some wild ideas for the painting. I was gonna start sketching it out today, but I'm not feeling like drawing yet. Terrible. This is an art ideas stream. This isn't an art actuality stream. It's going pretty good. I'm pretty tired, to be honest, but I'm excited about this box. This box is so much fun. I'm so glad I waited to open it with you guys. Cause you just can't, you can't beat these guys. I totally gotta come up with voices and redeems for these. Yep, so now you're one of the quotes. I don't know what number you are. You're probably like probably 70. If you do exclamation quote and the space and the number 70, that might be you. It's 71. Oh, does it tell you? I just wanted to touch it. Aye, oh gosh. It tells you? Sweet. I got good. Jaffron got good. Here you go. Draw with a shark on your hand. How possible is that? I can even switch screens. Oh yeah, because I can do it with my mouse too, because I don't have this one on my Steam Deck. I need to fix that. Draw, redeem, draw with a shark. Draw a Pokemon with a shark. There you go. Ninjask. Pokecatch, guys. Pokecatch. So you sit here and you go, What is it? I don't even remember what Gengar looks like off the top of my head. I'm not drawing a Ninjask. Oh, that could be the thing though. Like you have to draw the current Pokemon. Tied in with the Pokemon community games thing. Draw the current Pokemon with you know, shark hands. Then you have his wings are like going 90 miles an hour. So that only gives you like 15 minutes to draw one, which isn't bad. Except for I really can't see him. I don't know what his body looks like. I have no clue. That's about what I see. I see, oh no, it's done. That's it. Time's up. Time's up. You have to stop when the time's up. There you go. Because I think he's only up there like a minute. Jaylitz, welcome. Welcome to the stream. Ninjask has been caught by Lady Rain. There you go. There's your fine piece of art for you to take with you now. Because I could like do a redeem and draw a Pokemon and then take a digital screenshot, you know, just take a photo of it and send it to whoever. It was the Ninjask, the Pokemon community game thing right here. Well, not behind me. Ah, this thing, the timer. There was a Pokemon up there and we were just drawing it randomly. Trying to come up with ideas for redeems for St. Jude's stream coming up, so yeah. Draw with a shark. But no, the other part we were talking about is my paintings coming up. I'm gonna be painting a Gengar, a Mewtwo, and an Umbreon. So, but we're talking about St. Jude a lot tonight, so I just wanted to do like a random. I don't know how long it was up there, 60 seconds, and I thought about it like way after it started. These things make my hands so sweaty though. They're gonna be weird after. They're gonna smell weird. It's gonna smell weird. Don't mind me. But yeah, we got some cool things to play with from St. Jude for the stream coming up, you know. We got some crazy stuff. I'm excited. It'll be a good time. How are you doing? I hope you're doing well. We got slime even. Slime. And we will be doing a painting. St. Jude's little canvas. So that'll be fun. But too, they gave me like dance party buttons. They gave me all kinds of stuff to put toward the stream and come up with ideas and creativity to make this stream fun and exciting. So we're gonna have redemptions. So we were working on the list. All the ideas. And once I get them all, they'll be uploaded to the Tiltify website. I've already got the fundraiser started, but I haven't put any of the instant tips in there. So I'm still working on those. We just did the unboxing today. And welcome everyone. Welcome to the stream if you're just joining. If you have any questions about St. Jude's, let me know. I'll do my best to answer. And if you're not familiar with it, it's huge on Twitch. Last year, Twitch streamers raised along with the help of Twitch, raised $2.5 million last year. Just trying to remember what the exact amount was. I thought I had it right here, but I don't. Yeah, it was a lot. And Twitch itself, like some of its big streamers, some of the big time ambassadors for St. Jude's. I'm just a baby ambassador. It says St. Jude Ambassador. Everybody starts somewhere. But some of the big streamers, Twitch came in and dropped, you know, like 10K, 20K. Toward their goals, Twitch came into their streams and went bam. And they're like, so it's pretty cool. It's a big deal. So it'll be going on until the end of May. May 31st, which is also my birthday. I didn't say that. So yeah, this is what I do for my birthday month. I give back. But we'll be giving away some of my own stickers. A couple of my own art prints as well, like the Pikachu painting and the Eevee. And we'll see. We'll go from there. It'll be fun. I just gotta finish working on all these ideas. But you guys are awesome. Thank you for hanging out tonight. Thank you for being here. This is probably gonna be it for the night because I honestly had a really long day at work and I expect a really long day tomorrow as well. And I'm gonna have to get some sleep. But I will be back live Friday. So if you want to come by Friday and hang out, Fridays are wild, they're crazy. I'll have some silly things planned. We'll be playing some games. We'll all be in, the regulars in my community will be in Discord, including Jay's one of them. So we'll be hanging out Friday, doing some wild things. I have some ideas. We might do something new, and then we might round out the night with some golf. But yeah. But I will see you guys Friday. And I'll have more information on St. Jude. Yeah. Whoever tattoos my face, just saying. It's only gonna be on Fridays. So that's the only time you get the chance to do that. I will not allow tattoos on my face any other day but Fridays. Just saying. Because I do have to go to work. So, thank you so much for hanging out tonight. I'm gonna retire now. Good night, everyone. Thank you for being here. You guys are special to me. Good night. I see you sticking your tongue out. No. But yeah. Good night, everyone. Take care. See you all Friday. Bye.